Hello! Welcome back to the garage. Oh, how you doing, all you cool cats and kittens? Remember that crazy lady? So you may be wondering, why is the cameraman staring at the floor? Has he finally lost his marbles? Well, ta-da! Don't get too excited. It's not done yet. But I put it back down on the ground and fell in love with it all over again. So, progress has been made. What's that poking back down there bolted to the motor? The transmission is 100% rebuilt. Loaded with Jake's stage 2 goodies. And it's in. Kind of. I still need to make the rear mount, but I put it in and I had to trim around the floor a little bit more to make it fit. But it's in. It's big. I'm not gonna lie. I did put my foot right here-ish for the gas pedal. And I'm gonna be closer to the trans tunnel. But that's okay. It is the big 4L80E 4-speed. Got a billet single disc converter. And I had to lower it on the ground because I have a deep pan. And there you go, you're sitting on the floor. This is a 2x6 block. And you can see fits under the back, but as I get forward, it gets stuck. Now, a 2x6 block measures 5.5 inches. Google says the average speed bump is between 3 and 6 inches. And notice that the trans is tilted upwards. In all my years working on cars, I've never seen a transmission tilted upwards. They're always tilted a little bit backwards. So I imagine this is going to hurt my drive shaft angle. Now, when I lowered the car down, it squatted more than I've ever seen it squat. And that's because it's got like a 225-pound transmission in it now. So number one, I do have about another inch or so of ride height adjustment on my front strut and coil spring assembly. I can turn that little adjuster. So that'll raise it an inch. And then let me pause and show you the rear tire. Now, this will be the rear tire I plan on running. And yes, it's going to be a lot of work. I've kind of mini tubbed the back. But as you can see, hopefully, the center line of the axle is much lower right now. Now, I put this big tire on there, it's going to raise the back up. The car will almost have like a rake to it. That's kind of for reference. So, with the back end rake and the 1 inch higher up front, I believe I can lower the tail of the transmission back down to where it's, 1 or 2 degrees tilted down, like I've seen all other cars. And we should be okay to go over a speed bump. I really can't raise the whole transmission and motor assembly any higher. I mean, I could go with a big cowl hood and redo the mounts under there and raise the whole assembly higher, but I don't want to do that. I'm hoping with the 1 inch adjustment up front and the big adjustment in the rear with the rake, I should be able to clear speed bumps. But there you go. There's a progress update. And it's coming along a little bit, day by day. Thanks for watching. Got any info or tips, leave them in the comments. Everything's torqued down. Bell housing bolts, torque converter bolts, flywheel bolts. The wiring connector is also right there. That's the blue, this guy. So hopefully, if they don't make a 90-degree connector, I'm gonna make one. Because trans tunnel's gotta be right there. That's like a finger length. You may wonder, like, why is this shiny? Why is all this dull? Well, I don't know if you can see it, but there's flashing from the casting. It's like a rough surface. And I know I'm going to be crawling around this transmission, working around a lot, moving it around, putting my hands all over it. So I smoothed some of the flashing down. Obviously this down here in this corner, my hands aren't going to be in there a lot, so I didn't really bother with smoothing that casting down. But the rest of it I smoothed down. I'm happy with it. I feel the rebuild came out real nice. I would have done more videos on the rebuild, but it's really tedious. It's really meticulous measurements. So it's already stressful, so I wasn't going to video it. There's other videos on YouTube. But it's coming along. Thanks for watching. Have a great Labor Day.